the key to YouTube is being good, but I feel personally that the key to Twitter is being someone. It's because I feel like on Twitter, it's like who you are. You are judged based on competence. And that meritocracy is one of the things that makes Twitter brutal, but fair. Would you say that Twitter is a good platform to start as a beginner? Or would you say if you're a beginner, maybe start in some other one?
If you're talking about purely like growing a brand, I would start somewhere else. If it's like you are a nobody, you have no money, you don't have a business, and you just literally, your sole purpose is to get a following, I think you start somewhere else, like TikTok or YouTube. If you want to start a business like an agency or something, I think Twitter is probably the best right now. It's the least saturated in terms of getting clients. Who you are has a lot to do with what you've accomplished. So if you have accomplishments, if you've built and sold a company, if you have a bunch of real estate, you've done a lot in your life, Twitter's easy.
If you've done that, easy money. Like you just say,
Yeah,
hey, here's what I did, everybody retweets you.
Yeah, so I think that who you are is 100% matters, but it's not who you are in the internet, it's who you are in general. Like, what have you done? What expertise do you have? If you're an expert with accomplishments, go to Twitter.
It's so easy. Like, because the network effects are so strong. Like everybody talks about each other. Here's proof that the network effects on Twitter are strong. One time I met this guy that worked with pretty big influencer. I'm not gonna say who he is, but he has nothing to sell you. Let's just say that. So somebody who worked with that guy, and he helped him build like a few sales teams. And I got on a call with him and I was like, bro, you need to talk about these things. These are so great. And what he did was, what he said actually struck me. He said, I just kind of have this imposter syndrome that I don't have anything good to say. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Like, you have more to say than everyone, right? But I found that is pretty common with like top performers. They're still insecure. I'm super insecure, right? So, but like, they're still don't want to share because they legit in their mind think and believe that they don't have anything interesting to share, which is totally not the case. And I feel like if you kind of actually thought about it, people kind of do need you. People kind of do need you to post yourself.
I've had old clients who are like 8-figure dudes, VC dudes, like all this stuff, and they just don't want to share. They think that they're flexing. They think they're coming off as arrogant. But I'm like, you don't understand that you have to flip the frame that you look at social media. Like, you're looking through it through the wrong lens. You think it's boastful, maybe because you have friends that have Lambos and stuff, so you think you're boasting. But you sharing your accomplishments will prove your competence and then in effect give you the authority and the ability to actually impact people below you positively. In my opinion, I think you have a moral obligation to. I think you should help people.
People need to feel like they have somebody to follow that's legit. Like, they need to feel like you know your stuff in order to take your stuff seriously. I learned this from Brunson. He said that when you do a live presentation, you don't just want to focus on your presentation. You also want to focus on how you're introduced. You want to talk to the guy, hey, you introduced me like this. Because you want to have people actually hype you up so that when you come and speak on stage, people will actually listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, I bet my most recent YouTube video would have had higher viewer duration if I had led with social proof and not just straight value. Like, I think if I just spent the first 30 seconds telling them what I've accomplished, I bet I would have retained them for an extra like 10 or 20% of that video.
Yeah, and I think we kind of solved the first question we asked here, which was, what's the mix between broad content and niche content? It's like a nacho. You start big, and then you...
It's like a funnel. It's like you're taking people through a funnel. Like the purpose of the top of the funnel is to get them in. Right?
I can't fucking believe I missed that analogy. Oh, God.
Yeah, you failed.
I said something so stupid. I can't.
A nacho. It's a nacho.
Yeah, it's a nacho social media. Holy shit. Okay, now.
The Latino memes are coming.